The year was 1866, the drove was underway along the Pecos River, heading up to Santa Fe. 2,000 head of Texas stock, trailed by ox and chucks. The head of every longhorn was priced at $40. Life is tough, the trail gets rough, loneliness creeps in. Had a cowboy's life without a wife, needs him to cuss, sin you can bury his bones. Where the tumbleweed rolls, with a cross for all to see. Carved into the woods you'll find it's a cowboy's life for me. 1,000 miles ahead of them on his first warm days of spring. Just heat and wind and rain and dust and what the howling winds can bring. Until they reach the snowy camps of Montana's northern state. It's a hard life in the saddle to meet that auction date. Life is tough, the trail gets rough, loneliness creeps in. And a cowboy's life without a wife needs him to cuss, sin you can bury his bones. Where the tumbleweed rolls, with a cross for all to see. Carved into the woods you'll find it's a cowboy's life for me. The days were long, the nights were short by the glow of the campfire light. The horses shuffled in the dust on a warm dark starlit night. The smell of coffee fills the air with the embers burning low. Stories shared between the men of many years ago. Life is tough, the trail gets rough, loneliness creeps in. And a cowboy's life without a wife needs him to cuss, sin you can bury his bones. Where the tumbleweed rolls, with a cross for all to see. Carved into the woods you'll find it's a cowboy's life for me. The badlands of New Mexico, safely weeks behind. Past the San Juan Mountains where the crystal rivers wind. Crossing Indian country now, this was clearly not their land. Here Fetterman lost 200 men and Custer made his stand. Life is tough, the trail gets rough, loneliness creeps in. And a cowboy's life without a wife